Hello guys, what's up? It's Roy here bringing you guys some more NBA2K19 my career right today. It's time to play games 3 and 4, but first we have game 3. And look at those stats, 44 points, 17 assists, 1.5 steals per game throughout the series so far. And when we look at Brook Lopez, that's not good for a center. So consider yourself trying to thinking about getting a new center, at least. But anyway, we have Zach LaVine, we have Chris Dunn, we have Otto Porter, Michael Carter Jr., and Robin Lopez. On the other side of the spectrum, we have Reggie Jackson, Blake Griffin, myself, Luke Kennard, and a guy whose name I cannot pronounce, but his number is number 19. Yeah. So, here is the idea we have today as I look forward to this series. Number 1 is that I need to get my stats up. Number 2 is that we need to make sure that this game is one of the most important games. Because, I got some good news. I wanted to do this kind of episode because I want to try and do like 2 games. That's what you're going to be seeing next. So throughout whenever I do a playoff series, you're going to be seeing like double uploads of games 1, 2, and then 3, 4. And if it's games 5 and 6, I might record if it comes to that. But if there's game 7, then I might record. So 5, 6, and 7 are going to be like plausible ones if like considered, because I don't know if I'm ready to record like games like 5, 6, and 7 if I really wanted to. But hey, you have to do what you have to do, and I'm not going to be ready for some people who are not if I'm ready, then I'm ready. If I'm not ready, then I am not ready for what's about to happen. It's just not my forte, really. Like, when it comes to, like, games and it doesn't, it's not really my forte, and, yeah, it's not really my forte. And when it comes to that, when it is my forte, then I just go completely off. Like you know my strategies. I go for rebounds. I go for assists if I can. Then, once I get myself 10 assists, then I just go for rebounds. And that's how I do things. And it's not hard. It's not easy, but it's a really difficult task when it comes to triple doubles. I'm trying to average like a 50-point triple double. That's my goal. So, if you have the right mindset and everything, don't get fouled out. You should be good to go. And as long as you get at least 10 assists, and then the rebounds, which is not difficult, then you're good. And I might get NBA 2K20 because of like my career build. Like, it's insane. Like, from what I've learned, it's insane. It's like a magical place where you can just build whatever kind of player you want to get out of, and then you can use it in your My Career and that kind of stuff, which, oh my god, that's completely amazing. And And to be honest, let's just put it this way. I like it, and I like doing that. It's just that, man, like, sometimes you can get blocked shots. It's not healthy for you, really. Healthy for you, really. And the fact that you got blocked by a guy who's, like, on average, like, better than you on a different difficulty. I mean, really, come on. You know you can do better than this. So, I mean, it's not hard. It's not easy. It's just you gotta think about who are you going to go up against. For the Chicago Bulls, they don't have a single player on their team because good player on their team, except for Lowry Markkinen and Zach LaVine and Valentine. That's because their players are young and they don't have a veteran like LeBron James to lead them to the promised land. Which, I mean, is kind of insane to think about. But if you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. It's not hard to, like, understand because most guys on, like I said, most of them are young. And they have the talent of the world, don't get me wrong. It's just because of their coach. And the fact that, like, the coach is not liked by the people, and no one is, like, respecting him, and the fact that he got a contract, that's just, like, red flags that the coach should be fired. Or the team goes on a strike, which I highly doubt that would be possible, considering the fact that the front office believes in the head coach, which I don't think makes sense at all. It's not hard to understand. It's not easy to understand about a head coach who's completely nuts. But hey, if you don't mind, and you don't mind, how about it? It's as simple as that. Okay? Like, as you see me in the paint, like, trying to... And that is a good floater, like, not gonna lie. That is a crazy floater. To me personally, because I never really managed to get that. Like, as you know, this, like, my player is, like, insane because of the fact that I did not like how it turned out. I chose a different skill than I wanted. It was driving and finishing were both of them, which I did not want, and I ended up doing that, which was an accident. So, yeah, it was my fault, so, I mean, it's not hard, it's not easy, but, hey, I do what it takes. I mean, it's not hard to understand as long as you, can learn something from it. And you're literally cruising through this team. I wish the Chicago Bulls, like, had Derrick Rose. Like, not gonna lie, Derrick Rose is a good player and everything. It's just that he battled injuries. And he did a good job. Let me put it that way. He did a good job. Like, his team, like the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons, who have Andre Drummond, who I'm playing for, is not doing well, even though they're winning games. Like, that's the most important part. If you're winning games, at least, then it's okay, but to make even matters worse, that's not even the biggest part. How do I put it in a nice way? I mean, if you were to think about how much it would be for like the Detroit Pistons to be good, they would need at least a big three, a quality big three, and they would need at least another like small forward, power forward, or at least another shooting guard to back them up. But at least they have Thon Maker up for grabs. And I think that's nice, but Andre Drummond wants to like leave the team, which to my eyes does not make any sense whatsoever. Because Andre Drummond is like a beast. Let me put it that way. He is a beast. Yeah, it's just that you don't have the right components and this and that. So the Pistons might not make the playoffs this year. I'm gonna put it that way. The playoffs. I think that they can like I think they have like their chance is slim to none unless they can have like their players break out and everything. And to be honest with you, I don't know if that's gonna happen. So let's just hope for the best. I just hope for the best for the Detroit Pistons and everything. Because in this career mode, we're winning. Like, we're actually winning games. Even though I play on a different difficulty. Because the way I see it is that I want to, like, play on this difficulty. And then, when it comes to a Hall of Fame, if I can max out this player to the highest difficulty, then I just want to ball out and dominate like no one's business. That's just how I do things, boys. You don't do things like that. I'm sorry. You're not a ball dominant center who has driving and skill and not rebounding as one of their finishing skills. Imagine a center with the ability to shoot threes. That would be insane. Even though like there are certain centers that can do that, I mean that would be awesome. I mean I would be Wilt Chamberlain 2.0, even though that's like a far fetch from that, but if I had the ability to make Wilt Chamberlain once again, watch a tutorial video, and you can be all good for becoming the best Wilt Chamberlain 2.0, or even Michael Jordan 2.0, if that's what I want. And you know what? That's what I actually want. So, hate on me, if that's what you want. I mean, probably gonna like do like a Wilt Chamberlain build that in 2K20. Then next I might try like, and then I might try like, and then okay, here's the thing. So first I will create a Wilt Chamberlain build in 2K20. Then I would put it on a Hall of Fame and dominate because that's what I do. And that's what I like to do. I like to dominate people. And if I can do that, then everything's going to be fine. Alright? And it's 124 to 93. I'm pretty sure that's the equivalent to the numbers back in the 1962 NBA season. And let's put it this way. That season is going to happen sometime soon. I'm pretty sure it will because of the simple fact that we have the ability to have that season once again in our fingertips. I'm not even joking. If you were to actually think about it, then it's easy. Like all you have to do is like imagine. Like it's not hard. It's not easy, but like, man, and so like we won by a score of 30 of the margin of 30 points. And I tried to score and we posted another triple double, 132 to 102. and we won in this game. We won the game, and we did amazing. So, now it's time to go to game 4. Here's the thing, though. I want to do game 4, and we're doing it. We are gonna, we're gonna make sure that game 4 is our best yet when it's time to move on to the next round. Because even though I want the Chicago Bulls to, to succeed, I don't want them to, beat us as a losing team and as an 8th seed, if you feel me. Because if that were to happen, I will feel embarrassed. I will feel disgusted. I will feel as if something happened to me. In that case, I do not want to, like I said, lose to a team that absolutely sucks and has the potential to do a 3-0 comeback, which might not be possible unless we had the ability back in the olden days, if we had Wilt Chamberlain and transferred back here in time, and we had the ability to have 3-0 stuff. Which would be really cool if I'm only saying if we had that ability. I'm saying that because literally, Wilt Chamberlain in this era would dominate the NBA. And I'm not saying Wilt Chamberlain was a different era and he wouldn't play in this era due to different rules, and back then, goaltending would be allowed. That's the thing, though. People can adjust due to different rules, and have people adjusted to the hand-checking rule. Steph Curry, imagine if Steph Curry played in the 1990s. The hand-checking rule was there back then. Would he adjust it, and would he be able to dominate? Of course. That's what happens. You're able to adjust to stats. If you do it correctly, you can get different results, or same results. Imagine Michael Jordan playing in the modern NBA. Since there was no hand-checking rule, there is no hand-checking rule today, but, different, NBA schemes. You have to take that into account. Different NBA, schemes. That's the most important part. And he would dominate. He might drop I don't know, 50 points a game. That's how insane that he would be. 50 points a game. I'm gonna repeat, 50 points per game. That's how insane he would be in the modern NBA. I'm not saying that's because he's Michael Jordan. He's Michael Jordan. No, that's not why I'm saying the reason why I'm saying that is because he's a ball dominant player. And if you downplay people, if we're what would happen if they played the different eras, that's just wrong. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's just wrong. That's just not caring, and to be honest, I just think it's not correct. Also, another thing, don't hate on people for saying comparisons are good. You could compare anyone to I don't know, Michael Jordan. Yeah, Michael Jordan could play in this era. Yeah, that's how ball dominant that he could be in. And if he did play the modern NBA, he would do well. That's how greatness is created. Greatness is not created by just, oh, you're saying you're great. That's not how it works, guys. You create greatness throughout the throughout the NBA, and that's the most important part. If you just say, "Oh, Michael Jordan would suck," that you're downplaying his greatness. If you said Steph Curry could have played a different era, well, that's also downgrading his success if he played in a different era. Like, he could play in a different era. That's the point. He can, and he could play in a different era. It's just that we would not see that happen right now, because could we? Maybe if we had a time machine. And that's the point. Don't downgrade people's greatness right now to don't compare different players from different eras for bad reasons. Like, oh, this player couldn't play in this era because of certain reasons. It's literally let me see it again. If Michael Jordan played in this era without a hand checking rule and new defensive schemes, then he could play in this era. Like, it's obvious. Don't you think it's obvious? Of course. He's Michael Jordan, for Pete's sake. I had to put that there because a lot of people like Michael Jordan. Of course everybody likes Michael Jordan. Personally, I don't mind Michael Jordan. It's just that how much craziness is around him. How much, you have to respect him. I mean, I respect the guy, everything. I'm not saying anything. I respect the guy for what he has done to the modern, to the Chicago Bulls and leading them to 2 3-peats. And that's the thing. He was great. He was amazing. He dominated the NBA during his time, and that was the point. He defied all odds of defeating the Detroit Pistons when he was defeated by the Detroit Pistons. And I mean, I'm not saying anything, but Michael Jordan is the greatest. And like I said, I'm saying this every single time. If he played in the modern NBA, he would average 50 points. Have we seen that? No. But if he did, then he would be considered one of the greatest of all time. It's just that simple, really. I can't say it more obvious or straightforward. It's not hard. It's not easy. But hey, I'm not interested. I talk about this stuff for a reason. That's because it's because for a reason. I don't think that. I mean, Michael Jordan could average 50 points. I'm just saying that. Let's just continue on with the video. I had to make that for a reason. We're currently leading, and that's at least great because that way we have certain confidence coming up, and that's what I need for that to be happening. And I mean, it's not hard, it's not easy, but you gotta understand how much I love the NBA. So, yeah. And also, like, this guy, number 19, is, like, balling out. It's amazing how he managed to, like, adjust to what we were doing. And we're now winning games. I mean, it's not hard, it's not easy, but hey. And I respect that a lot, so. So, yeah, I guess you could say someone is the greatest of all time. Me, as a center, probably better than Wilt Chamberlain. Um, like, Wilt Chamberlain might be the Michael Jordan of his time, like, during during the NBA in 1962 NBA season, even though there was different rule changes back in time, and not saying like that though, but you might know what I mean. Like, offensive goaltending was allowed. Okay, that doesn't really make sense though, because like if you were to calculate his stats like in today's era, like with like adjust them based off possessions per game and minutes per game, then you would see like it would actually make sense. Like, his stats would be absurd, which again, it makes sense, but like like how can you like accuse someone of like overrated stats because Will Chamberlain averaged like 50 points a game. Oscar Robertson averaged a triple double, like Russell Westbrook. And yeah, that's greatness that we're witnessing right now in our very own eyeballs. Yes, I said that. Eyeballs. So I mean, who's the greatest of all time? Michael Jordan, yes. And also, we won the game. We obviously posted triple double status, and we're going to average triple doubles every single game. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Y'all are legends in my book, and as for me, I might as well see y'all in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Peace.